And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes! 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 Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
All right, welcome to Giants Sports Talk Live here for Postgame, Game 1. San Francisco Giants against the New York Mets. It was pretty damn bad. Pretty damn bad.
I'm having chest pain.
8-1 was the final. Mets over the Giants.
I
Tough one,
don't-
man. Tough one.
Chest pains. I think somebody pooped their pants over there tonight, man. Ooh,
Yeah, did you say poop pants? Nah, I'm not going to go there yet.
no, but it's too
Yeah,
early.
look. Logan Webb went out there, threw a stinker, man. Threw an absolute
Ooh, there
stinker.
you go.
He did.
There you
It was bad. 3 of them in a row. Don't know what it is. The guy has the stuff. You know, his velocity was there, just couldn't command it. And the Mets jumped all over him. Hey, that's what happens. You know, there comes a point in the time in the season where fall by the wayside a little bit. And you got to be able to get through that, man. We're starting to approach the dog days, as they say. And you know what? I tell you what, they needed Logan Webb to go out there and be Logan Webb. Unfortunately, he couldn't. But we'll see what happens on this next start. Bigger news other than the 8-1 loss. Landen Roupp. News on Landen Roupp, Glenn. Woo! I don't know, man. Hey, I know you enjoyed yourself today. You went over there and saw an exciting game down the street. But what did you hear about the game?
My other team won, Eric. My other team. I actually went and had a great night while you were watching the ball game on television going, are we going to get back in it? We were down 11 over at the Chase Center, came back for an 86-76 win. Tiffany Hayes threw in 17 points. The Valkyries are for real. They announced they have already sold out next year as well. As of tonight, next year sold out. Dude, it's electric down there. I had the TV going on my phone, so I was watching a bit of baseball. But, dude, it was, you know what? It was just Giants baseball. Do we win 1 or win 2? You get all excited and you get warm and fuzzy. And then, dude, it didn't look pretty. And then I was going to ask you about, I know you touched on it already. You kind of ruined it. We even talked about it in the green room.
Yeah,
Right?
I know.
I'm gonna bring something up. And
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I'll bring it up first.
Well, my bad. It just was in my mind.
I know it's something that's eaten away at you all evening, but I started last fall. I might even started before last fall. Eric, you can correct me when you think I brought it up first, but have I not been going on? Not as much lately, but I've been going on, and I have said to you, and I quote, this team is one pitcher injury from being a clusterfuck.
Yep.
Clusterfuck.
Correct.
That quote.
Yep.
Clusterfuck. If we have one, and all of a sudden, Eric, who the hell's pitching on Sunday? Now we've got Webb, who I think this makes 2 or 3, maybe 3 starts in a row that I'm telling you, man, he looks like he's come crashing back to earth. He is not a number 1 on most teams, Eric, but everybody still says he is. That's fine. I'll go with you. I'm along for the ride, but I might jump off at the next stop. But then you've got Ray, who I think is your number 1.
Right.
And after that, Eric, what do you got now?
Great question, Glenn. Because look,
Have I not said it?
This is going to be tough. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, does this, okay, here, let's talk about this a little bit. We're going to get a little bit ahead of ourselves here rather than, because we'll get away from the game. We'll talk about this and get back to the game. This is not going to preclude Buster Posey going out there and trying to get a number 3 pitcher. Whether or not Landen Roupp is going to go on to IL or not, and supposedly, and I don't know, I mean, take it for what it's worth. Kruko was downplaying it. He called it, what did he call it? Some tenderness in his elbow. He had an MRI talking about Landen Roupp. It came back clean, which is good, but it always doesn't mean it. When you're talking about
type downplay everything.
I know. But hey, I get it. I understand they don't want to scare the masses. I get it. But if you have a clean MRI, you're trending in the right direction. It doesn't mean that there may be some underlying issues. Not saying that. So we're just going to have to take it day by day and just see what the heck is going to happen. It sucks, man. Again, you know what? Let's talk about the game and then get more into this. How about that?
Wait a second. Hold on. You're talking about going out and getting number 3?
Mm-hmm.
If the talk on the street and in the media in the Bay Area today, Eric, is true, and they're taking calls on anybody, like Dan and I said, if he wears Giants orange and black, he should be made available. Dude, this team is not exactly tearing it up as of after the first month of the season, have they? We're going backwards, Eric. Take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. One step forward, 2 steps back. So my question is, why doesn't he go out and get us a number 1 or a number 2 pitcher? Stop with the number 3. Go and get the best pitcher available. No pussy, as Glenn would say, no pussyfooting around, Eric. Okay. Go out and get me the best available.
I like what you're saying. Let's put it this way. Get no less than a number 3. How about that?
I didn't even go to the game tonight, and I'm still pissed off.
Get no less than a number 3.
Well, there you go. Okay. Safely said.
And for those of you guys who are worried about Webb, don't worry about Webb. He's going to be fine. He's just running up against it. He's thrown a lot of innings this year. He's probably getting a little bit of a tired arm. And look, and that's fine. His command is off, but his stuff is still there. So he'll figure it out, man. He's a veteran. He knows what it takes to get through a season. So I'm not worried about Logan Webb.
And you know what I like, Eric, about the Mets fans? They're classy. They're not rubbing it in. We got Mark in the chat. We got Armand. They're not, jumping on, going nuts. We won. But then, of course, I see there's some guys like all of a sudden, oh, dude, first thing I get ready for the show tonight.
There you go, Armand. I
sign in. And who do you think I spot? I said, oh, I know the game must be final and we lost. I see Hiroku is in the chat.
Yeah, of course. There's certain people show up when they lose. Hey, certain people show up when they lose, and certain people don't show up when they win.
We're on to you. See? I
know who it is. I know who it is out there. Come on now.
All right.
Come on now.
Before we get to any Mets fans or any, we're going to get some guys in here to talk baseball.
Exactly.
Talk about what happened. You can enlighten me because I missed a lot of it. I was watching some bouncy ball over at Chase Center, Eric. But I saw a little bit on the phone, enough to get through the show. Let's take a look at tonight's stats.
Absolutely. And before we do it, hey, let's bring in our Mets fan and then we'll hit it. How's that sound?
You want to do that first?
Yeah, we'll just bring him in while we do this box score. Then we can talk about it. How's that sound?
All right, if he wants to do that.
All right, let's go. Armand, what's up? Hey, man, we're going to break it down. Here we go.
And now, today's Giants in Review on Giant Sports Talk Live.
Your final New York Mets, the bad guys, 8. Giants, the good guys, 1. Eesh. Mets improved to 60-44. Giants, 54-50. Mets scored 8 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Giants 1 run on 9 hits. They hit the ball, didn't score runs. And no errors. The winning pitcher is Clay Holmes, goes to 9-5. Losing pitcher, Logan Webb, goes to 9-8. Look at the box score. Almost everybody had a hit except for Chapman and Flores. Ramos was 2-4. It was nice to see him hit the ball. Had some decent at-bats. Devers had a nice double down the line. Also had a hard hit ball to the third baseman. He smoked it. Unfortunately, gloved it and wind up turning into a double play. And then his last 2 at-bats, he wind up striking out. Adames had a hit today. He had a key at bat. He didn't come through. Chapman had a key at bat, didn't come through. Yastrzemski, same, but he also did have at least a hit. Flores, 0-4. Lee had 2 hits. It was nice to see Lee get a multi-hit game today. Had a double down the line, and then had a nice sharp single there to right center. Schmidt, oh man, he had a huge strikeout. Guys on second and third, he struck out, but he also did have a hit. And Bailey also had a hit. Again, they only drew 1 walk. Again, that's an issue with the Giants. It looked like they were doing well in that first inning. They were getting a lot of pitches out of Clay Holmes, but then they just fell apart afterwards. 0-for-8 with runners in scoring position. That is not going to get it done. Story of the game right here. Logan Webb only goes 4 innings, gives up 8 hits, 6 earned, only 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Gave up that home run to Lindor. That was crazy. Beck had a beautiful outing, 2 innings. As a matter of fact, the bullpen, with the exception of Duvall, was pretty damn good. Beck a clean inning. Gage a clean inning. Bivens a clean inning. Duvall came in and just we could talk about that too. That's
Gage in a small sample size has been lights out. He is unblemished.
Yeah, he's good, man. I like what Gage is doing.
But it's early. I'm not getting.
And then we're gonna have a conversation again. Why in the hell is Bob Melvin going to Camilo Duvall? Why? What's the purpose of going to Duvall?
I was going to ask you guys that. Why did you go to Duvall down 6-1 in the 9th inning?
I don't understand that. Look, you only have.
That's when you throw your walkers or something. Just
right. It's stupid. It was 6-1. No, at the time it was 6-1. Why are you bringing him in? No, Chardall, you're not coming on tonight, dude. But yeah, why? Why? That made no sense. That was a job for a Ryan Walker, right? That's who you bring in.
We agree.
Not freaking or even Jelly or something. What are you doing bringing in Camilo Duvall in the 9th?
8-1. Was it 8-1? Armand, talk to us.
My God. Yes. Let's hear it.
So on SNY, the first inning, I thought this game was going to be back and forth because Holmes and Webb look similar. Their pitch counts are getting very high. And when the runners in scoring position came up for the Giants, a stat came up for Clay Holmes, like his first few, like the beginning of the year, and then his last 3 starts. His last 3 starts, runners in scoring position, opponents are 667 against him. So I thought, we're gonna have a game tonight, boys, and it's gonna get to the bullpens early.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, watching you guys, hearing all your problems with runners in scoring position. Watching the Mets all year with runners in scoring position, that's the one thing I looked at for the entire game. Mets for the entire game, 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Obviously, the Giants 0 for 8. Mets left 5 guys on base. Giants left 8 guys on base for the whole entire game.
It's not getting it done. It's not. And here's the thing. And here, let's talk about this. I see people talking about, I understand he has to get working, but now he threw 29 pitches. What if you need to go to a save tomorrow? Now what do you do? You can't go to Duvall tomorrow after throwing damn near 30 pitches.
I think it's totally.
If you're going to use that case, I could use the case for Edwin Diaz because both teams were off yesterday. Like, why not?
Why didn't they throw out Diaz? Yeah, why didn't they throw out Diaz?
Like, you could use that. You could use that analogy for any team that has a closer.
And as a Giants fans, we've seen what Duvall does when it's a non-save situation. He shits the bed on a consistent basis. When the game is out of reach and it's garbage time, he absolutely sucks. He gives it, it's horrible. And then what happens is it prolongs his outing. So then when you have to go to him the next day, guess what? Not available because you just threw the shit out of him. I didn't understand that. But to the bigger part, the Giants hitting, man, we had opportunity after opportunity, and we just couldn't lay that big freaking knockout hit. We just couldn't. The Mets were able to do it against Webb.
His sinker was flat,
And Holmes wasn't exactly. He had 2 strikeouts on the night, right? Something like that. It's not like he had strikeout stuff. Problem is, if you notice, the Giants popping it up all the damn time. That's when they're not seeing it, man. When they're constantly popping it up, it's like, well, this is how it's going to go today. So
also, I did not like how Juan Soto was today. I know
Juan
he
Soto
had
wasn't that good.
No, he had, like, if you really look at it, Yaz is, the ball off of his glove, off the heel of his glove, shouldn't have been a hit. Really should have been an error.
Yeah.
Like, Soto should have had one hit with one RBI, the hit in the ninth inning to bring in Lindor.
The ninth inning, man, that thing hit the damn rubber. The freaking rubber, and it goes carrying off.
If you combine Nimmo, Lindor, and Soto for tonight, 7 for 15, 5 RBIs.
Yep.
And post game SNY, Nimmo, his last 51 games, 919 OPS.
Wow. Gosh dang, man. It's just Giants not taking advantage of the situation. That's the part that just sucked. The good thing is it's game 1.
I see some guys in the chat, Eric, who seem to be downplaying, the whole bullpen situation. But I don't think you can downplay it, Eric, because that is a total mismanagement of your operation, dude. Oh, it's okay because this guy will step up. Well, he's talking about guys stepping up. It's not their role. Duvall's role is not to come into an 8-1 or 6-1. I beg your pardon.
Right. It's not. That's not his role.
That's not his
role.
So why you would?
I don't know.
Eric, I'm at a loss for this one.
I don't know. Hey, Ibrahim, great point. This is where we could segue into $5. Thanks, Ibrahim. Yaz was 2 for 20 coming in today. Why is he batting 5th? Get him off my team. If Melvin won't use him as a 4th out, I don't understand why we're still going to Yaz. He is a zero. A zero when it comes with a bat. He is doing nothing, man. He is doing nothing. And I don't know. I don't know why they keep going to the well. I mean, my God, why not just freaking throw Matos? If that's the case, then just throw Matos. Can Matos do any worse than 2 for 20?
Yeah, but Eric, I think you're going to get pissed off. You're not going to like me saying this, but you know what? We just had 2 great games against the Braves, right?
But Yaz wasn't really part of it, right?
Whoa, we had a couple of nice games, especially the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just wrapped up the road trip with a dandy. We got lots of hits and lots of runs, correct? And I believe we backed Verlander to, oh boy, his first win of the year.
Yeah.
But do you remember, you go way back to when they got into a bad, fell into the doldrums. Remember that game against the Cubs? They went to extra innings and put about, 12 on the board? They're capable of a big inning or a big game.
They are.
But the longevity, it's not there.
It may not be.
This ball club. Dude, they won a big game. And look, and I've always said this about baseball. Armand, I don't know if you agree. Baseball's a numbers game. And when you look at the numbers surrounding this entire Giants team, other than, what are we down now, Eric? 3 over 500. The numbers, 4. I beg your pardon. Oh, yeah, we beat Atlanta, so we're 4. Wow. Now I got to get that extra one in there. We're 4 over. But baseball's a numbers game. You can't deny how inept some of the players are. Inept their hitting, inept pitching. When we need a guy, he's not there. Too many. You can break down. We've done it. We've broken down every player, Eric. Lee can have a nice game. Nothing wrong with Lee going 4 for 5, but he can't do it consistency, and we know where he's going to hit it. We know where Bailey ain't going to hit it. We know where Yaz ain't going to hit it, even though they could have it. Dude, we were only sitting here a week ago watching Bailey circle the bases, and they were ready to build a statue for the guy outside Oracle Park. My God. And don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself. What you see is what you get 99% of the time with this team. And Armand, you got to see it on your East Coast feed. I guess you watched the game on SNY tonight, did you?
Yeah. And in
what were they saying? Give me an idea, because I sometimes watch the out-of-town games on the MLB package. How did the MLB broadcast from New York break down our Giants team? Do they have anything good to say? Anything bad to say?
Well, they did bring up, so in the first inning, Nimmo hit a ball deep to left field that Ramos could have caught, but I guess he took a bad route. And of course, they brought up that he's been bad defensively all year.
Yes.
First inning, when the Giants had runners in scoring position, Mauricio, who was playing third base, because McNeil was DHing and we had Beatty at second. He caught a ball. He was trying to throw home. He would have had Ramos out because in the replay, they showed you how far Ramos was from home plate. If Mauricio cleans the ball out from his glove cleanly, he would have had him at home, but obviously he didn't and made it a 2-1 game.
Yeah, 2-1. Oh, man.
They brought up the fact that Keith brought up Webb not really having his sinker tonight. It was coming out flat. And
he was hanging it.
That's okay, but Eric, this is not just a one-off for Webb lately.
No, this is his third one in a row. His third one in a row. Against the Dodgers, against Toronto, and against the Mets. Not good, man. Not good. He's going to have to figure this out. The Giants are built on pitching to defense and timely hitting. And if you're not going to be able to have your starting pitcher, especially your number one, if he's not going to go out there and pitch like a quote-unquote number one, we're going to have problems. There's no doubt about it.
And like Susan Slusser said on KBR today, Eric, I thought of you. They were talking about, but what about the Giants pitching and defense? She goes, the Giants are a little concerned about the defense right now. Nobody seems to be quite they're not adept at some solid defense lately, Eric, either.
Yeah, it hasn't been
pretty.
No, I agree. The defense has been suspect.
And now if they're going to
have to push the ball.
A little Roupp is dude, I'm worried. I really am.
Right. All right, let's get into this real quick. Before the game, Mets made a move, huh? Went out there and got the lefty Gregory Soto, right, from the Orioles. Are you happy with that? Yes or no? You like that move?
Very much so, because now that gives us a second lefty to pair with Brooks Raley. You get out in front right before Thursday, And actually, I got stats from one of the guys that we sent back, because we sent back Wellington Arcina. He's a 20-year-old. He's in single A. His ETA is 2028 all through MLB Pipeline. It's actually not bad. And we sent back a guy named Cameron Foster, 26-year-old in Double A, not ranked in the system, so probably like a journeyman that's just going to be like a guy that could get called up and down.
So not much, huh?
Not much. Soto's 31. He's going to be a free agent. He's a rental piece, but he throws heat. If he can have his command and control pitching-wise, he will be very good for us.
Okay. What did you think about the other New York team? They picked up Brian McMahon. All the talk was they're going to get Suarez. What did you think about that move getting
I like it for the Yankees. I'm surprised that the Rockies decided to sell, because as you know, if you know their history, very rarely at the deadline do they sell. And Ryan McMahon is one of the players, from what I've read and heard, is loved by ownership. So I was surprised that ownership approved of trading McMahon.
Probably did him a solid, right? Maybe they want him to experience some success. What did the Yankees have to give up to get McMahon?
They gave up two pitchers, both from what I gathered on MLB Pipeline. Their ETAs are 2027. Both are 22 years old.
What were they ranked in their system?
One was ranked 9th. I'm going to double check right now, so just give me a second.
Because I didn't get a chance to look at that one.
Hey, Eric, do me a favor. Do me a solid, will you?
What's up?
While he's looking up the trade stuff, I got a question to ask you, a personal question. Okay? If you were playing fantasy and you were me and you got this trade offer, okay? L.A. De La Cruz for Teoscar Hernandez, Riley Green, Spencer Jones, and Jordan Westberg. Would you do it? That's a lot for one guy, L.A.
Okay. So they actually, MLB Pipeline updated and moved the two guys to the Rockies pipeline. So Griffin Herring was ranked 8th in the Yankees farm system. He's ranked 5th in the Rockies farm system. But he's a lefty. He's in high A. His ETA is 2027, and he's 22 years old. Josh Gross is the other pitcher, right-handed. He was ranked like 22nd in the Yankees farm system.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Now let's talk about this. And yesterday's news was Seattle Mariners picked up probably one of the best rental bats on the market, right?
Yes.
Josh Naylor, probably one of the best. What did the Marlins give up? They're number 13th and number 16th ranked prospects in their system. So what does that tell you? There is not an exorbitant cost to go out there. If you want to get rentals, you can get rentals. It's not going to be an issue, all depending on what your need is going to be. It's not going to cost you the farm. Now, you start talking about guys with control. Now you're talking a different lingo there.
Yes.
So again, that's what I'm saying. Don't overestimate farm systems to whether it's their farm is much better than the Giants or the Giants suck. Look, they're looking at your top prospects within your system. That's what they're going to do.
Top 50, they're looking at your top 100. You got to remember, don't look at the rankings. Look at the player's age. Look at where they are in the minor league.
Yes.
Look at their age. And I would say most importantly, look at their ETA.
Mm-hmm.
So, case in point, Wellington Arcina on MLB Pipeline, the Mets guy that we sent for Gregory Soto, 20 years old, he was ranked 19th in our system.
See?
His ETA is 2028.
Yeah, you're talking 3 years down the road, right? Yeah.
This is his stats for this season. 1-1. He was more of a reliever. They probably used him as an opener. 2.38 ERA, 17 games, 64 innings, 38. He's given up 38 hits, 35 walks, 84 strikeouts, a 166 batting average against, a 1.13 whip.
Yeah, he's doing well.
He's doing well.
Yeah.
But he's not going to come up to help us on our major league roster.
No.
He's ammunition to help us get a major leaguer that's going to help us.
In other words,
and win a World Series.
In other words, you're using a prospect as a form of currency to go get the player that you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, and that's the key. Now, where are the Giants in the standings? We're only one behind the Padres, one game behind the Padres. It's getting tight as far as the standings are concerned. The Giants are 1 out. Cincinnati is 1 out. Cardinals are 1.5 out. Arizona are 4 games out, even though it looks like they're selling. I think they're going to start falling by the wayside because it looks like they're getting ready to sell. Before we get more into the game, Glenn, are you surprised that the trades are happening so soon? Seems like it's happening fairly soon, huh?
It does not surprise me in the least. I've said it before. I don't know if Armand agrees with me with such little. There may be, even if you don't say little amount of players available, I think with the players that are available, there's going to be such a glutton after them. You have one good pitcher. You have 10 good pitchers up for grabs. There's going to be a lot of teams after them. I think the sooner you get the deals done, like I commend a team like the Yankees today, going out, getting a deal done. The Mets, go out, get it done now. What? There's no is there a rule? Is there some kind of unwritten rule? We got to wait till like 2:57 to close the deal on trade deadline day? Get it done, Eric. At all costs. If you want your guy, how many times have you and I said that in the offseason? You want your guy? Go get him. Why you wait? So I'm not surprised at all. What about you, Armand?
I'm surprised Naylor went as fast because everything I've read, probably you guys have read and watched on every type of baseball show, whatever, you hear there's more pitching on the market than there is bats. So you would think with the lack of bats on the market, they would take more getting closer to the deadline to trade. Whereas you have so much pitching, teams might say, hey, wait a minute, there's so much pitching. Let's get our pitcher out faster. So we
Right. Oh, Armand or Eric, how much what's the term? How much leverage? How much leverage do they got on Naylor in that trade? How long is he signed for?
He's a free agent. He's a rental after this.
So he's just a rental. So really, that's another reason I'm not surprised they got that deal done. They obviously got what they wanted and moved on. I mean, if he's maybe rentals, maybe there's not going to be that kind of, we don't know. Maybe there aren't many calls for rentals. And you know it, Eric, you've been kind of behind that, haven't you? That you don't want to go out there and get rentals. You want guys that you've got control over.
And to be honest with you, if you watch what Posey's doing, what is he doing? he wants guys to have control. Right?
Oh, he's building a stable, isn't he? His stable of talent is.
It doesn't seem like he wants to roll with quote unquote. It seems like he wants to go out there and have guys under control. Whether or not he's going to be able to achieve that in this trade deadline,
right? He's in a way he's playing for now, but he's also what I like. He's building for his future as well.
Yeah, right. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm okay with that. If you're going to get a guy that has control, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to poo-poo on that, man. In other words, you're looking beyond just 2025 if you can. Yeah. Sometimes the opportunity is there. Sometimes it's not. We're going to get into this a little bit later as far as
you can say you're going all in. But you got to be real. Even the GM's got to be realistic. If you're not in the top 2 or 3, if you don't say I got there's no reason why I'm not in the World Series in either league. I say you just stay the hell away. Stay the hell away.
Yep.
These players.
Yeah, the National League is just nuts right now with how tight it is.
Look at the Dodgers and all their pitching injuries. You don't know how Snell's going to come back. You don't know how.
Nope.
Right.
Don't
you guys agree that when it's that close, you really don't know how it's going to shake? Even your own team. You don't know how it's not. You don't know what's going to happen in the last few months. How it's going to shake out.
Exactly.
Boy, it's going to be there's got to be. Can you imagine the decision-making process to go out and get somebody at the trade deadline? If you're giving up pieces, whether it's, how many times have we talked about it, Eric, or I've talked about it? You give up a piece. You go, well, he's in our farm system. And you give him up for a rental and you don't get the job done down the stretch. And then 2 years later, the guy's hitting 45 bombs for the team you traded. All of a sudden, there's a lot of pressure, dude. However way you slice it.
I know that feeling. I got to hear this every day. PCA.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Because you guys traded him. You traded him.
So just to give everybody context, in 2022, the Mets were in a playoff race. And we traded PCA because Zach Scott, who was in Boston the year before, who became our GM, he was looking to make a push. And we just didn't get Javi Baez in the deal. Everybody just brings up PCA for Javi Baez. We got a year and a half of Trevor Williams, who was actually a bright spot for us as a swingman out of the bullpen and spot starting for us. So it wasn't just that. And we were in a playoff push. Mm-hmm. And Zach Scott has come out since he's out of the league. He has his own podcast. He has stated at the time, I had some of my information that I had from Boston about PCA and the information that the Mets had. Pete Crow Armstrong was not scouted at that time to be this offensive superstar player. His scouting report was he's going to be a defensive-minded center fielder where his defense is going to keep him in the league for years. Like a Jason Hayward, even though Jason Hayward was probably scouted more to be a superstar and probably scouted to have a better bat than PCA, even though that didn't come to fruition. But
there you go.
Nobody saw this. I give credit to PCA and to the Cubs coaching staff for helping him make these adjustments and becoming the offensive player he is. But that's what's supposed to happen. Coaching staffs are supposed to help players, and players are supposed to make adjustments to help their careers along the way.
There you go. Well, there's so much talk over here, Armand, about, and Eric was talking to me in the pregame tonight before we went live. We were in the green room and he said,
I couldn't find that in your Apple Music library.
I didn't even
you can ask me to play a radio
Shut up.
station or ask for your music.
Will you please don't talk to me for the next 24 hours. Oh, I guess she listened to me. Sorry about that, Armand. Somebody rudely interrupted. I was talking to Eric about, there seems to be word on the street here in the media that Buster is open. He's listening to talks, on anyone. And that could include our top prospects. I'm just against, there are too many people. You know what? I feel like people get caught up in the moment. Oh, we should go all in. Well, you go all in and you blow it. Then what happens? You can ruin your future. I don't know. Dude, I'm glad I'm not a GM at this time of the year, man. You got a chance to, now the Giants fans got to see your team, the Mets, play today. What do you think you need now? Stretch run.
We need another bullpen arm. I think it's going to be a high leverage bullpen arm. probably would control like a Bednar.
There you go.
Because after this season, Edwin Diaz has an opt-out. And the season he is having looks like he is going to opt out. And I don't know if Stearns and Cohen are going to pony up the money for Edwin, because they're also going to have to make the decision on Pete, because Pete has an opt-out after this year, and the season he's having, he's going to opt out and go to the market. And with Vladdy signing that extension so early and not hitting free agency,
true,
Pete's going to be the second best hitter on the market behind Kyle Tucker, but be the best first baseman on the market.
Where are your expectations now with that in mind and what you'd like to see them bring in? You know, I would dare say as a Mets fan that you'd be saying, you know, all we got to do is get a couple of guys hot and get some production from Soto, and we could be okay in this thing.
We've actually gotten production from Brett Beatty offensively recently. Like his last 24 games, he's been very good. So we're not looking at third base. So we're not looking at a Eugenio Suarez. We are looking, and this is from Stearns' press conference that I brought up, he is looking to make an upgrade, for him it has to be a significant upgrade, center field. And there's been a lot of reports that the Mets have been actively looking at Luis Robert. He's having a down season. If you look at his batting average, I think it's like 212, but he has like 25 stolen bases. So when he gets on base, he is stealing bases, and he's actually hitting lefties. You look at
Did you already talk about Sandy Alcantara and the Mets?
No.
I'll get to that now, because that happened today, because
I saw that news saying they're interested in Sandy.
Stern said it has to be, looking at a starting pitcher, it has to raise the ceiling of the pitching staff. And Sandy is one of those guys that would raise the ceiling on his talent, not of his performance this year, but that's him coming off of Tommy John. Like, I think if you're trading for Sandy, you take just solid starts out of him. 5 innings, 6 innings.
Right. Next year is going to be his year.
Next year, he should be fully healthy.
Yes.
Hopefully he'll be with a new team, new pitching lab, with an actual pitching lab, because we know the Marlins don't really like to do anything financially.
But let me get to Rob's super chat. It's been sitting up here forever. Real quick, $6. I have some concerns about Webb's health, especially with the rotation and dire straits right now. Glenn, you alluded to that. My guess is that the Giants claim Fetty. Hell no, you don't need Fetty. Giants got guys on the 40-man that could pitch just as well as Fetty. Why go? Because then you got to clear a 40-man spot. Why would you clear a 40-man spot when you got someone that could do just as a shitty job as he can? Right?
You want to do a shitty job?
Don't make a horizontal.
Yes, correct. You're not
improve the ball club, not status quo.
Exactly. And I think Giants got plenty of guys on the 40-man that could do it just as if not a better job than what Fetty is doing. So Fetty, no. Now let's see it's going to be interesting to see what the Giants do. Really.
I'm coming to the realization I haven't got a clue what they're going to.
No one does. And you know what? I kind of like that.
I don't know what to think.
I kind of like that. All right, let's take a look at something here.
There are so many guys that, I don't know who's available, who's not, but you're starting to hear more names, and I don't know. Dude, if they could pick someone up, Eric, and you and I go, where the hell did that come from? Could easily happen.
Exactly. Let's listen and hear what the Giants GM.
The old Manasian comment.
Let's see what he has to say.
Is Bryce Eldridge untouchable at the trade deadline?
Yeah, and I've always kind of operated with there are no untouchables. It's certainly not something I'm anticipating. I think he's got a great future. When I envision Bryce's career, it's as a Giant long term, but no, I mean with a lot of those things, I think you do your due diligence, but I think the easiest way to say it is, we love Bryce and, expect him to be a long-term Giant.
There you go.
So again, listening, but it sounds like they want to keep him, which is fine. I mean, look, if you're going to get blown away by an offer, okay, you listen. You have the dialogue, right? Just because you go out there and say that nobody is untouchable doesn't mean, oh, he's going to be gone. It just means, look, if Team A is talking to us and saying, hey, we're willing to give up this, this, and this for this guy, well, then you could go, okay, maybe we do it.
Who would you
It doesn't
get?
matter. No, that's besides the point.
They're
That's
not giving him up for nobody.
That's besides the point. And again, the Giants for example, you want to use an example? Should the Giants use Eldridge to get a Joe Ryan? Should the Giants use it to go get a Sandy Alcantara? No, I don't think you should use an Eldridge to do that. To be honest with you, I don't even know if it would take an Eldridge. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But we're talking about we're talking like a big move.
If you told me, Eric, I could name like maybe one player. If you said to me, the Giants are in talks right now, might be Landen Paul Skeens, I'd say, well, I'm kind of open to that. Kind of. And I'd still rather have a ball player than a pitcher long term like that. Anything can go wrong. Anything can go wrong with a pitcher. How many Tommy Johns have there been?
Yeah. Right.
I agree. Like, I think Skeens would be the only guy, like if I was running the Giants, that I would trade Eldridge. That's the only pitcher I would do. But like, how about this to get a good defender in the outfield that has control and is a decent hitter and probably be the leadoff hitter for you guys? Eldridge to Boston for Jarren Duran.
Not a chance.
No I would not do that. I would not do Duran.
Nope.
No. Ooh, I can't. I don't know.
Eldridge's ceiling is just too high. And like Eric and I have debated it, and people are in our chat. And the way, Armand, that I would explain this to people as a Giant guy, I would say, yeah, if all these, people always say, you never know what you're getting with a prospect. He could be a flop. And we've seen plenty of them over here in San Francisco. But if he could be that much of a flop, why are there 27, 28 teams calling saying, first guy we want? So there's got to be something to him. And if all these teams in Major League Baseball want your top prospect, maybe you shouldn't be giving them up.
Here's a question, and this is going to be some tough decisions for the organization. Where do you play Bryce Eldridge? Because right now it looks like he doesn't have a position. I know they got him at first base, but I think the Giants' first baseman going forward is going to be Rafael Devers.
Why wouldn't he be your DH starting next year?
Because you don't want to have a 21-year-old as a DH. He needs to be out in the field, not just sitting on the bench.
Devers ain't
20. Devers is going to be your first baseman. If he wants to play first base, who do you think is going to get the run? It's going to be Devers. He says he feels better when he plays out there in the field. He wants to be part of the action. So what are you gonna do? You don't usurp someone like Rafael Devers for Eldridge. You just don't.
Well, then maybe you just trade him. You're not gonna have room. That's not what I'm saying. You don't have a place.
I'm asking you, where do you play him though? Where do you play him?
Me, it's first base.
But he's not. If it's not first base, where do you play him?
Then I trade him.
You'll trade him? Okay.
I would rather trade Devers. I'd trade Devers before I'd trade Eldridge. But starting next year, Eldridge coming out of camp, he better be our first baseman, Eric. And the masses were united. They wanted him here this year, Eric.
He ain't going to be here this year.
Exactly. So they all wanted him here this year. Now we're all of a sudden going to say, it's okay, he doesn't have to play first base next year. We all wanted him this year to play first base. He was our first baseman in the future. Now all of a sudden, future's different. I don't know, Eric. I get rid of Devers.
You guys will know your first baseman, whether it's Devers or Eldridge, or maybe somebody else in the offseason come to GM meetings when Buster has his press conference and is asked about what are you doing with Rafi, because that's going to be the big question.
The big question.
Is Devers your everyday first baseman? Is he your everyday DH? Is he your everyday DH, but occasionally, maybe once or twice a month, he plays first? Just to keep his glove.
I like that.
Maybe.
But there's nothing to say, Armand, either, and Eric. There's nothing to say he doesn't go to a GM meeting and get, hey, what would it take to get Devers off your hands? There's nothing wrong with getting him and then dealing him, dude.
They're not doing that.
But what do you?
I agree. I agree.
That's crazy talk.
Well,
So
you're
Glenn,
It
what
is,
would-
right?
crazy.
It's crazy.
We're talking about trade.
Who are you
No, I
No, that's not what I said.
Who are you replacing Devers with in the lineup then?
You're talking about you would have
Like if
You
Devers was-
won't have Flores. Flores will be gone.
who are you replacing Devers with? Because that's the question. Because you don't know what you're going to get in return. If you're not going to get a back,
Oh, but that's why I say you put him at DH. Who are we going to have at DH next year, Eric?
That's a great question. That's up in air. I don't think I think honestly
Devers is a perfect fit.
he doesn't want to play DH though. He wants to be out in the field.
Jesus Christ, he didn't want to play first base in Boston. I don't know why.
There's a reason why. We don't know why, but he wants to play first base here, and it looks
I
like
think
he's
my theory, what I said was about Devers and Henry and stuff, and that situation has become a lot more clear of why he doesn't want to play first.
Yeah, I think there was an issue, right? There was an issue in Boston.
They didn't communicate with
They
him.
didn't communicate with him with that. Right?
They told him to be the DH. That's what they wanted him to be. And they signed Bregman without consulting him to say, hey, like, we're going to go get this third baseman. We want you to be the DH. And because Casas got hurt, it gave him a layer to help the divide and conquer more.
Right.
I think the best thing would be for Posey, for Melvin, and ownership, be full transparent in the offseason with Devers. What do you want him to do? Everyday first baseman? Everyday DH with occasional playing at first? Or everyday DH, no glove, no nothing?
Eric and Armand, all I've heard since he's become a Giant is, oh, guys, he was into cancer on that lineup or in that dressing room. He was a great teammate. And, well, dude, I'm just hearing everything is the opposite. He sounds like a pretty bad employee to me, if you ask me. Oh, you're going to play DH. Well, I don't want to play DH. How come you brought this guy in? He's an employee.
We don't know that.
Ball club.
We don't know. Honestly, we don't know. We have no idea what was going on behind closed doors. Everything that I've seen as far as him as a San Francisco Giant, he seems to be pretty damn happy. He doesn't portray an air of arrogance or of being a bad teammate. I don't see it. Now,
I guess we'd find out if you tell him you're going to be our DH.
But maybe he's 28 years old and he doesn't want to be a DH. And that's fine. He played third base. He was the Boston's third baseman for 6 years.
I'd trade him. I'd get rid of him.
But that's not going to happen.
Well, I'm telling you why.
Let's talk about
what do you think about that, Armand? If you get a player in, at the end of the day, are you like me or you like Eric would like, it sounds like Eric would, you want to make amends. Well, we'll see what we can move you here. And I'm more staunch and go, I own the ball club. I'm paying your salary. You're playing third base till the end of the season. If you don't like it, I can make a move.
And you know what? And I'll tell you what, if an owner is doing that to a baseball player, that owner does not need to be an owner because you got to rely on your president of baseball operations to make those decisions.
Okay, if I'm the president of baseball, if I'm Menasian or Buster Posey, I'm like, you play on. You don't.
Buster Posey's going to make the right move. I have no doubt that Buster Posey, he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
The
in
inmates,
a couple of years, he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Would run my asylum.
But Glenn, you kind of answered the question. Devers wanted transparency. They didn't give him transparency.
That's fair.
That's the thing, is the communication and transparency. They didn't do that in Boston with him. Buster probably told him, we might have you play a little bit of first tier during the season, predominantly DH. You got
if you're going to come in on me, stay on the screen and talk to me. He keep hiding on me. Don't be hiding.
You got to stay with the same transparency.
Yeah.
You see that, Eric?
You got to stay with the same transparency.
He's just leaning into it, man.
All I saw was his eyebrows.
No, that's fine. He's leaning into it. That's fine.
You got to stay with the same transparency. With the baseball players want transparent and good communication.
Oh, Armand.
If you're going to trade him, who are you trading?
Oh, woe is me. If you're an employee of my ball club, I go, we're gonna move you over to first base. You don't like
And
it.
that's why no
You think
superstars
about
have
moving
signed
him.
with San Francisco.
That's
So
fair.
I guess he would be open to DH then. He said he would do anything they asked him.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
As long as you're transparent with him.
So
That's all
tell
he
me-
wants.
Okay, let's get back to the trades. What's going on this week, Eric?
That's a great question. I think the priority's kind of been this way the whole time is starting pitching. Whether or not you get a second starting pitcher, I don't know. The Giants still, I think they still, at the minimum, have to get a number 3.
I believe you went on record on Hot Corner a couple of weeks ago and said that if they don't get a pitcher, you're mailing it in. You go, if a trade deadline comes and goes, we don't get the pitcher, it's over.
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah, they have to. And I think Buster Posey understands that. As far as a bat, you do need to get a bat. What kind of bat? I'm not saying you don't need to go out. Look, I'm not looking for a guy that hits 20 or 30 bombs. That's not what I'm talking about.
I need a productive guy.
A guy who's productive in right field. That's what we need. I need someone in right field. First base is fine right now. First base is fine. Second base is okay. Shortstop is good. Third base is good. Catcher is good. Bailey's starting to hit. Ramos, he's going to be out there. Lee, he's starting to heat up. Right field, man. Right field has to happen. Period.
I'm still worried. I'm worried about catcher, right field, and maybe second base.
And here's another thing. And guys,
we get to the postseason, Eric. Sorry to interrupt you. We get to the postseason. You know what kind postseason? For the most part, you bet the under. You're going to get pitching matchups, dude. Especially in short series, first couple of rounds. I'm not relying on Patrick Bailey to do anything in the postseason, Eric, against good pitching. When he's facing the top two, no matter what team the Giants would play in the first round, 2 out of 3 series,
not a priority.
I am not counting Patrick Bailey is basically we're starting with 8 batters in our lineup because he ain't going to produce, Eric.
There's no catchers on the market. And
Adley Rutschman.
And here's another thing, guys.
Now.
And I'm going to tell you right now.
Move.
I don't expect, if anyone is expecting some momentous freaking trade from the San Francisco Giants, look, I think Posey's going to go out there. He's going to go get a number 3, right? I think he's going to do that. Who's it going to involve? It may involve Wisenhunt, may involve Luciano, may involve Matos. But if you guys think that the Giants are going to trade Ramos or Jung-Hoo Lee,
you can't do that and then say you're all in.
It's not because that's not what you do. That's just not. That's. Look, what player has New York, the Mets, and the Mariners given up to get pretty good bats from the 26th man? Who have they traded? Let's even go even further. How many people from their 40 man was traded to get Josh Naylor, to get Ryan McMahon, and to get Gregory Soto?
There you go.
They did it. You don't have to give anyone up. You don't have to give anyone up from your 40 man. It is all prospects at the trade deadline. For the majority of it, the trades are always prospects.
Okay, Eric, here's a question for you. You asked earlier about you asked me my thoughts. Do I think that getting these deals done early was the way to go, especially today's deals? A couple of New York teams involved. Well, what about shoes on the other foot, Eric? You leave it late in the process. It's trade day. It's game day. It's on. And all of a sudden, you think the pressure then, we're into the final hour, waiting for the Giants to do you think then those opposition teams are like, you want the deal? You got to throw in this and this. Do you think the pressure then, the later Posey leaves it, do you think there's more pressure on him?
Maybe. You know what I think's going on, honestly? It would be folly to say that there isn't discussions happening, right? There's discussions happening, and what may be occurring at this particular time is getting all the details. Okay? You got the principal guys in place. But maybe a certain team wants to wait for whatever reason. Maybe they feel like they have a chance and they're going to turn it around in the next 5 days, right? So maybe the principal guys are in place and maybe there's 1 or 2 that are off. And they're just waiting. That could be a possibility. It would be stupid if we sat here and said that Buster Posey isn't talking to anybody. He's 100% talking to people. And I guarantee you, Everybody, even though they announced it today about Landen Roupp going on IL, I'm not worried about other clubs squeezing because I guarantee you Buster Posey, whoever he's talking to, has already probably told them, yeah, we got a guy that's probably get ready to go on the IL. You can't hide that. You can't hide a guy going on an IL. So you might as well be upfront with it and say, hey, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So then he's not going to get himself squeezed. Either you take the deal or you don't. And if you look at it, like I said, look at the guys who have already been traded. They didn't give up very much. I mean, for example, let's look at the Giants 30-man. Are we going to, if the Giants gave up Diego Velasquez and a Joe Whitman to get somebody, are you going to care? Are you
For
honestly? Are you exactly? But no, it could be anybody. I'm just saying if that's what they ask for, freaking Joe Whitman and Diego Velasquez, do you think are we going to miss them? Do you even know who they are? Do you even know what they're doing? I don't. I have no idea. But if the other team wants them to get said player, whatever player it may be, are you going to care? We could even go. Let's even go here. Rainer Arias. What if Rainer Arias is involved in a trade? Are you going to care? Are you going to care if Johnny Level is going to be involved in a trade? Probably not. Probably not. Because no one's going to know what these guys can do because their timeline is so far out. You just don't know what they're going to do in the major leagues.
No one lost their mind when Tibbs was dished out.
Thank you. Exactly. You traded Tibbs and Harrison.
Yeah. Nobody didn't hear anybody.
Right. Thank you. Because I would rather take proven MLB talent over a suspect. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. I don't put all my eggs in the young guys. I just don't. Is there going to be guys that hit? Sure. Absolutely. But
there's a game night note here, Eric. Game night note. Forever SF Giants has got my first Alonso autograph. By the way, he's sneaking in under a false alias now. Forever SF is better known as Greg downstairs. It was so bad. I got back from the Valkyries game tonight. Big 10-point win. And they're already meeting me at our doorman in our building. He goes, good evening, Mr. Craig. I'm like, it's Glenn. Come on. He goes, good evening, Glenn. Just want to let you know, Greg has already come home and the game was so bad. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, he bowed out early, did he? So, Greg, words on the street that you said, I'm going home. Greg gave up. He bowed out early. He says, that's it. I'm going home. So.
Okay, let's do this, guys. Who do you think the Giants trade for? And look, we're 6 days. Well, by the time we wake up, it's going to be 5 days, right? If I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Craig also says that he thinks McCray could be Quan.
So hold on. What do we do? What do you think is the move Buster Posey makes? Realistic. I don't want this crazy shit with Skeens and Quan. What do you think is the move Buster Posey makes? Go ahead, Armand.
Severino. There's your number 3 starter.
Jesus Christ.
Oof. I might have to pack it in.
Not going to cost you a lot.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know, man.
This is easy from a New York Mets fan. Easy for a Mets fan to say. Jesus.
Your stadium would help him out a big ton. It's a pitcher's park.
I've heard he's trouble too, so who knows?
I want to hear what do you guys think out in the chat?
Hey, Eric, we can go out and get Kurtz. I wouldn't mind having a Kurtz tonight in our lineup.
Oh yeah, how about that?
4 home runs tonight.
Man, a game for the ages, right? Too bad he's not on a better team.
Fantasy point. 33 fantasy points. I didn't get 33 my whole team.
Hey, could you imagine if he was on a better team? Oh my God, dude.
God help us.
It
doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. He has to play at the Sacramento field, or when they play teams like Tampa.
Yeah,
good Lord. Right. Minor league teams.
I see someone says Charlie Moore. D-Shot. What's up, D-Shot? Says Charlie Morton. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but see, to me, Eric, you're getting into the territory of, are we really benefiting?
Is that any better than what we already have? Is that any better than we already have?
That's why get it done early. Get it done. Get it decent player, decent batter, a big arm. Don't wait till the last hour. And go, oh, we're bringing in this guy, and I go, what the hell we do that for? We could have stood put, Pat.
I see Joe Ryan. I would not be opposed to that. But I don't know.
Armand would be saying the same thing as a Mets fan. If he waits till trade deadline day and he goes, well, we brought this guy, and what's this about? I mean, we didn't make the club better. So you want to, isn't that about make it the stretch run, Eric? You want to make the trade that makes your club, you don't worry about anybody else, your club significantly better than it was the day before.
Correct. Right. So would you be willing to trade Wisenhunt?
No.
Would he be on the table for you?
No.
No? Okay.
I'd have to stand pat. I'd say I'm not in it to win it this year anyway. I'm not. Armand, I think I'm in the 1%, but I ain't in it to win it this year.
I tell you what. But what if it's for a Joe Ryan or an Alcantara where you have 2 more years of control? 2 more years of control.
Why would I do that?
Because in
2 years from now, I'll be going, I wish I had 4 more years of Eldridge.
Okay, well, no, I'm talking about Wisenhunt. Okay, we don't know what he's going to be able to do.
Oh, Wisenhunt?
You know what?
Wisenhunt.
You know
Pardon?
Yeah,
see, I'm so
Wisenhunt.
Eldridge.
No. Now to Eldridge. Wisenhunt. Would you be willing to move Wisenhunt for a controllable player?
You know what, Eric? I don't know about you, and I'm just saying this because I host the show with you nightly. I really don't know enough about Wisenhunt to start saying yes, no. I don't know enough about him to be sitting in a boardroom making a trade. I don't know. Eldridge, I know enough about him not to.
Fair.
Wisenhunt, I don't know enough about him to make a deal. You?
That's fair. That's fair. Hold on, let's see what we got here.
I don't think it's fair for me to make, go making, possible trades. And when I don't know, I just don't know, Eric. What do you think the Sharks, what do you think the Valkyries should do at the trade deadline? You don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
There you go.
I'm not in depth enough. Maybe I have to watch. What's that show? Promote their channel. Even Your Dynasty. Now there's where you go and you find out they cater to that.
They love the prospects. Yeah, you got to check them out. Cody over on Even Year. I think his buddy Dan. I can't remember who's other guy. Forgive me. I can't remember the other name.
We might do ourselves a favor. Check him out this week, especially heading into the trade deadline.
Yeah, good idea. That's a good point. Rob Iman, another $6. I'd only trade for team control players and not gamble for rentals. Just to come short. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not opposed to that. Are you, Rob? Are you willing to give up a Wisenhunt? Because it's probably going to cost you a Wisenhunt, a Luciano, maybe a Matos. Are you willing to give that up?
Get back to your question.
I am. For me,
get back to your question. Joe Ryan, I think, would be a decent pickup.
He would be a good. Yeah, he would be.
Yeah,
he would be a decent pickup.
A couple of pitchers in Minnesota I'd like. Who's that? Paddock. I like Paddock.
Oh, Paddock. Yeah, I like Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's pretty damn good.
You like Lucas
Adrian Hauser? Oh, I don't know, man. He had a stinker of a game. I don't know, man. We'll have to see what he's doing.
Hauser's only pitching well because he's in the White Sox.
Because he's with the White Sox, right? Exactly.
He was with us last year when we traded for him and Tyrone Taylor, and he stunk for us.
Yeah, see? I don't know, man.
Adrian Hauser's a veteran that he's going to get like a 1-year, $8 million deal in the offseason from a team.
Yep. Oh, hey, since we were talking about him.
Time for the daily
Eldridge Watch.
There
you go, Eldridge. What did he do today? He went 3 RBIs. Look at that! He had a 6th home run.
Oh, he'll be up by coming up
as a River Cat.
Yeah, he used to pitch, Eric.
Yeah, he's no longer.
There you go.
Exactly. Ooh. And then look at that. McRae got his 14th. What is McRae doing? McRae, that could be a guy that could be traded. Batting 261.
Get him out of
got
here.
1 hit. You got Fitzgerald, Meckler, Daniel Johnson.
Geez, Doc Ellis is back.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead.
Doc is back. So there you go. That is the Eldridge Watch, guys.
Hey, speaking of, if we're going to do something on trade deadline day, I hope Armand, are you going to be?
I took off of work on Thursday
just to be on Giant.
Nice. Yeah, if you want to come on, man, you're more than welcome. Glenn, he's ditching us. Glenn's ditching us. He said the hell
I'm
with
going
the
to
trade
pop
deadline.
in. I'm going to pop in. I'm going to be live. I'm going to be on location. I'm in Chicago next week, but I'm going to try to drop in at maybe for the final hour or two. And
Nice.
I'm going to try to line up some guys. We've got Armand over covering Flushing. We'll have Tommy D covering the Yankees. We'll have our buddy the Doc. Dave is up in Toronto. I'll have we got Scott in Seattle, although I don't want to talk to him. That deal's already done. So we got guys. We got enough guys around the league.
We'll see. Hey, maybe all the deals get done before the trade deadline. I mean, that is a possibility.
Armand, Eric, and I launched our channel a year ago. We launched on a Monday night, and it went over pretty successfully.
Hmm.
And it kind of led into Tuesday trade deadline day. We had a big show, and then the show was good. The guests,
there was no trade.
but it was a snoozer. It was
There's nothing to talk about.
Dude,
Mark
we made
Canna.
one deal, and it was
Mark
it was
Canna.
nothing.
Mark damn Canna. So,
And it wasn't even a pod. The
done
only
before the
funny
trade
thing that
deadline.
came out of that show was Farhan said, "Yeah, we've got the best pitching in the National League," and I went, "That's it. We got to sign off. That's it."
That was a mess. That was an absolute freaking mess, man.
Armand, never complain being a Mets fan.
What's up, Eric?
Be a Giants fan, dude.
Well, if we were still owned by the Wilpons, you'd hear me bitch, moan, and complain.
Unpredictability, this club. I never know, dude. I have no. If trade deadline day came and went, we did nothing. It wouldn't freaking surprise me at all. Yeah, nothing surprises me with this team. Nothing. I don't care who's running it. If Buster's over there or Farhan, it don't matter. It would if we did nothing, it wouldn't surprise me either. And then they would still say, "We made the big splash. We got Devers early," and
it's the obvious thing is the pitch. Obvious.
If they don't get the pitching, I'm with Eric.
Then they're done.
Toast, especially as of about 7:00 tonight.
Yeah,
that's when I found out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Who is our number 3? Verlander.
Verlander right now. That's it.
We don't have a 4 or 5
on Sunday for you guys.
No 4 or 5. Correct.
And we're going to be in that same boat. Remember what I talked about? The term I use, guys, is remember when they sent Fitzgerald down, and it was about 3 days later because of injury they had to call him back up. It'd be the same with Birdsong. It'd be like, oh, now you call down and say, Birdie, come on up and salvage everything for us. I know we sent you down, but we really need you. Like, there was a reason why he was sent down, Eric.
There's a reason why, 100%.
Marcus makes an interesting case with his comment, not for the first name, but for the second name.
Oh, God. He crapped all over himself in his last game.
I know he was just sent down for AAA, but
he's bad, dude. No way. Gosh, we don't need that. All right, here, hold on. Oh, it's our guy. Hold on. Love this.
You tell me when you're ready.
Nostradamus. SFG prophecies.
Take it away, Eric.
An appetite to win. This little apple too sour. Disheartened many times, the orange lack power. The morrow arrives anew, bright with a sunny ray. To get ray, a Renaissance artist named Esfumato won in the Bay. What the hell is that?
Oh, Nostradamus is on a different level than us, Eric.
Esfumato won in the Bay. Not sure what that means, but that's pretty cool. Thank you, Nostradamus. Dude, I love that stuff. That's great. I love it, dude.
You figured it out? I think I know who Nostradamus is.
I think I got an idea.
I think I know, too.
I think I got an idea.
Some good ones.
I think I got an idea. Hey, you guys want to hear from Webb himself? Let's listen to what he had to say in the postgame.
Logan, it's been a pretty tough stretch over the last 3. Is there anything in particular you've identified from this stretch, or is it just one of those stretches?
If I knew, I would have fixed it by now. Yeah, it's just not good.
We had such a big workload really here this last 3.5 years. How are you feeling physically?
I feel fine. It's what I get paid to do, so it's gonna be better.
there's a lot of hard contact tonight. The last few starts have been a lot of hard contact. Why do you think that and that's something that you're usually pretty good at, not giving up? Why do you think these last few starts that's kind of been a bit of an uptick lately?
When you look at the box on the TV, the balls are in the middle of the zone. That's why they're hitting hard.
Where do you think, just obviously a rough week for the rotation, losing Landen today, where do you think this group is right now?
Yeah, we just gotta put the team in a better spot. I gotta be better. And it's tough losing Roupp. I think he's probably doing the best out of all of us right now. So it's losing him. I know he's upset about it, but we always have to step up, be better than what I did today.
I know you've emphasized base running so much this year, and it's really worked out for you. Well, I was saying today, probably just a little bit matter of timing.
Yeah, I felt like I was trying. Felt like I was doing a decent job, and then the one time I felt like maybe I didn't do something, they were gone. It might have been something I'm doing when I go into my stretch where it makes it known to Antoine's a good first base coach. I remember we did it here when he was here, but I could be doing something where he knows I'm going home. So, and I know I've done something in the past like that, so I just gotta fix it.
Anything change in the routine since the All-Star break happened?
No.
All right, there you go.
Dude, you know what that is? That's terrible. That's another case of a major league player told you have to do the post-game interview.
You could tell he didn't want to do it.
I don't want to do that.
He didn't want to do that shit. He did not want to do that shit. You could. The good thing is, at least he understood. Hey, I sucked. Period. I sucked, and I got to do better. So that's good. But you could tell. I'm with you on that, Glenn. He did not want to talk to the media.
You just tell by his face and how he's feeling.
Attitude.
His nonverbals. His nonverbals spoke more than his words, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a fan. Although I'd rather listen to him than D-Shot all night. So anyway. All right. We're a week away, Eric. What's next Thursday?
Next Thursday.
6 days away.
Well, almost going to be, by the time we wake up, going to be 5. Wow.
The little birdie's coming out in 22 minutes. It'll be midnight.
Yep. I'm ready to get the hell out
I'm
of
going to
here.
get one of those clocks. I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Cuckoo,
Awesome.
cuckoo.
Anyways, Armand, hey, man, thanks for hanging out for a while.
No,
Hey, Armand, you up for tomorrow or? Oh, we lost you.
Be out. I will be at the movies with some friends tomorrow night during the game.
Okay, that's fine. No worries.
Hey, I thought
Sunday.
a big fan, Eric. You're blowing us off. Okay.
Nah, yeah, there you go.
You got to do what you got to do.
Oh, no, actually, not Sunday because that's hot.
I guess we'll call on Charlotte. Oh,
hey, Armand. Thanks again, man.
See you, brother.
Guys.
See you, pal.
All
There's
right,
our old
that was-
pal, our good friend Armand. I love having
Armand's
Armand
awesome.
on, eh?
Armand's awesome, man.
He's a good
Love
fella.
it. He's awesome.
Dude, we meet some good guys doing this show.
You didn't do nothing, D-Shot. Hey, what the hell did I do? Oh, man. What do we got here? The hell?
That's it for me. I enjoyed my night, Eric. How about you?
Yeah, it's okay. You know, I wish the game was better, right? I wish the game was better, but hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I was at the Valkyrie game. They picked up a 10-point win over Lee Yaroo. Oh, Paige Beckers was on the court tonight, Eric. She looked good. Holy cow. Anyway, the Valkyries, they beat Dallas tonight by 10. And I'm over at Oracle tomorrow afternoon, Eric. So I'll have a
Awesome.
and you know who else is going tomorrow?
Robbie said you're going to see you on Sunday.
Yeah, Robbie DeVille's going to see me. We're hanging on Sunday. Tomorrow I'm hanging with Dean.
Dean. Nice.
So I'll be
Right
among
on.
friends tomorrow watching what might be another pathetic afternoon of ball.
Don't forget your scorebook. Don't
Well,
forget.
he'll have his with him. Although he's teaching me. And you know, I found shortcuts. I did my homework. I said, how come you're putting this in? He goes, good eye. And you don't have to do everything. And I go, oh, okay. Okay, I thought it was with a professional, but he was cheating out because you're supposed to put a little line, like a curved line, fly ball to left, fly ball to right. I go, how come what happens if you look at this book 6 months from now? How can you read that? He goes, well, technically you can't because I'm leaving parts out. I'm like, aha.
There you go.
But we had a whole lot of fun. Who cares what score? You do your best.
Exactly. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Guys, let's see. Tomorrow, Robbie Ray versus
Hey, Robbie DeVille's taking me out for lunch on Sunday. Great. Thanks, Robert. He says, you want me to buy lunch? I said, yeah. Do bears poop in the woods? Of course I do. Yeah.
Peterson going tomorrow. What is he? He is a lefty.
Uh-oh. I might pull a Greg tomorrow and be home by the 7th inning, Eric.
Yeehaw. Oh,
all right, I'll see you tomorrow night regardless.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. Let's get that win tomorrow, guys. Come on.
Thanks again to Armand. Good job, Eric.
Thanks, Armand. See you guys. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.